Jennifer Aniston's weird airplane habits, and other celebrity travel quirks.
Not all celebrities are eccentric divas. My wife and I were lucky enough to meet Kit Duncan at the Duels Airport, and he was gracious and down to earth.
Who?
The great Kit Duncan.
Who the hell is Kit Duncan?
He was the assistant dolly grip for Jaws 3. But the first dead leaf of fall on his tongue.
Man who hasn't showered in 12 years makes us question everything we know about cleanliness.
In medieval Europe, people commonly went decades without bathing or going to the bathroom, and they lived much richer lives.
Wasn't their lifespan a lot shorter?
Yes, but that endowed them with a much longer death span. Trump did more in his first 100 days than most presidents got done in 10 hours.
Abortion foes' tactics highlight high New York City rate.
Well, here's a straight Christian's perspective. I didn't want to get a woman pregnant until I got married. 3 years ago now. So my girlfriend and I agreed to abstain from sex until we tied the knot. Was it hard? Of course, but it was the responsible thing to do. I had sex with several men during that time. From the dumpy potato to the succulent French fry. Nothing satisfies hunger quite like food.
Stephen Hawking warns humans will have to leave Earth in another 100 years to survive.
Sorry, but he is a polyatheist and only cares about his agenda.
What's his agenda?
As a polyatheist, he believes many gods don't exist instead of just the one true non-existent god. Mountains get big because they have no natural predators.
A Dog's Life. Hilarious images of dogs enjoying New York's iconic tourist hotspots.
Sorry, but I live in New York City, and the dogs are a source of constant irritation. Once on my way to work, I slipped in what was obviously dog vomit and missed an important meeting.
Obviously dog vomit? How do you know it was dog vomit?
The vomit was white with black spots, and a lady on our street owns a Dalmatian. If we don't study the mistakes of the future, we're doomed to repeat them for the first time. KenM.
Top 10 worst cities for finding a job.
Proud to say I'm moving to the West Coast after 15 years of paying brutal rent on Manhattan's Upper East Side.
Don't come to Portland or Seattle unless you're a liberal freak. They've completely ruined these cities. But if you're liberal, come help destroy the West.
Not leaving New York City, just moving to 12th Ave. Cheaper rent with a nice view of the Hudson. There's no I in collaboratan. Belief in God boils down to a gut feeling. With all the evidence out there, it's a little bit hard to respect people who doubt the existence of the Bible.
Evidence? You retard.
What evidence? Embark on a holy pilgrimage to any hotel in America, and lo, there you shall find the evidence. Close-up photo of my sleeping wife.
Maine candidate for governor announces he's gay.
Today's Christians seem to ignore evidence that God himself is gay.
And that evidence would be what, Ken?
Well, for starters, God is a creative type. Our pastor says Donald Trump is Christ-like, in that he should die so that others might live.
Dog people versus cat people. The surprising differences.
Don't forget about the mole people who live in our precious sewers. In the Victorian era, kids were more polite and everything was throbbing with erotic subtext.
7 healthy DIY airplane snacks.
We stopped flying United Airlines in 2011 because they made my wife and I split a can of soda with 2 strangers and we all had to sip from the same damn can.
No, they didn't.
They made us eat expired peanuts and they kept stalling the engine to save on gas.
Dog biscuits should be administered orally.
Russia reaches lake under Antarctica.
Risking all our butts just to find some sea worms. Wow, thanks Russia.
How are you more at risk?
If they drill too deep, they'll hit the core and let out all the gravity.
Don't drill into the earth. You may lose all the gravity.
How come you don't blur out the person's name before you make fun of him on the Facebook? Men are better swimmers than women, but only because they're part sperm.
Super memory pill, and possibly an Alzheimer's cure, could be around the corner.
I'd rather have the memory God intended, thank you very much. Limitless memory means our brains will get too plump for our skulls. God is a ridiculous myth.
Ken, oh my god, that has to be the most ridiculous comment I've ever read. Yeah, too little knowledge had made your brain atrophy.
If our brains get too smart, they'll become self-aware and take over our bodies!
'Cause maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonder wall.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. How the Patreon outro will work from now on! Now, as always, I start with the casual fans. They're the glue that holds the whole thing together. A few people decided to pledge money so that I would say their name in a video, and then unpledge the money after I thanked them. So from now on, the rule is gonna be you have to be a patron for at least a month in order to get a thank you put in a video. Sorry to any new patrons, but a couple of assholes had to fuck it up for everyone else. Moving on to the superfans, who I'm starting to regret saying I would thank individually by name, but they paid for it, so here goes! Parker L. Reed, Ebony Zio, Humongous, Luke Bob Maple, Norik Norikson, Becca Moreno, J.W. Delicious, Mr. Mose, Hunter Banow, Casey, and Noah Schramm. And again, don't worry, if you used to see your name on this list and you don't anymore, you're not in trouble. It just means you've been my patron for less than a month, so just wait it out and I promise you'll see your own bright, shining name once more. Speaking of people that might be upset with me for not including them in this video, we are back to 3 super mega fans. The original 3, baby.
I'm talking Miles McMahon. I'm talking Fable. And you know I'm talking Spencer Torres.
Most of my disciples have lost their way as well. Looks like it's just me and Ziza for 2 more weeks.
Just singing Filthy Frank covers and shit.
And both of my employees have been patrons for less than a month as well. So all in all, I've really jumped the gun on this whole fucking thing.